Oceans, seas, and rivers are so big, and there's a lot of species that we don't know about. In this episode, we will discuss the smallest fish in the world. So, keep it watching. The dwarf pigeon goby or Philippine goby, also known as Pandaka Pygmaea, is a tropical species of fish in the subfamily Gobionidae from the brackish water and mangrove areas in Southeast Asia. It is one of the smallest fish in the world. Males reach maturity in a standard length of 0.9 cm and can reach up to 1.1 cm in standard length, while females can grow up to 1.5 cm and total length. Adults weigh around 4 mg. In the Philippines, it also known as Bia in Chabios.
Everything you know is in your mind.
Philippine goby was initially reported as being endemic to Malabon and Metro Manila in the Philippines, were found at Shadi River bank. The species was now exterminated from this area. It was reclaimed, leading to its status as critically endangered by the IUCN. More recently, it was discovered at a range of other locations in Southeast Asia, including Calayan Island, Bali, Sulawesi, and Singapore. As part of the aquarium trade, it was imported in Germany in 1958. A colorless and nearly transparent species, the dwarf Philippine goby has moderately elongated and robust body. The male are slender with nearly straight dorsal and ventral profiles, while the females appear shorter with the dorsal profiles slightly curved. The belly protuberant and ventral outline is strongly arched. The head of Philippine goby is large and black. The head and nape are naked. The upper and lower profile converges and are pointed if viewed from the sides. The head is characteristically broader than deep. The head is very short, broad, and round. The mouth is very oblique with a projecting lower jaw and chin. The posterior angle are the maxillary extent beneath the interior part of the eye, out to the middle of the pupil. It possesses 2 rows of teeth in each jaw. The outer row of teeth inside and the upper jaw is larger and more widely spaced, while the inner row is characteristically minute. The first dorsal fin is low, much in advance of the second dorsal fin, but not reaching the second dorsal fin which depressed. The pectoral and ventral fins are pointed, with the latter about as long as the former or longer. The anal papilla is shorter and rounded in the females, but is longer and very slender in males. Pandaka Pygmaea have dark spots, which forms 4 crossbands over the side of its body. The base of the fins are heavily pigmented except for the ventral fins. It has 22 to 25 scales in longitudinal series. For a long time, Filipino culture then was taught that the world's smallest fish was a species exclusively found in the Philippines. It's the Pandaka Pygmaea or dwarf Philippine goby. Recent findings, though, have shown that isn't necessarily the case, depending how you define smallest. They've also revealed that our country's water aren't the only homes for this species. And this tiny freshwater fish is dangerously close to disappearing completely in the Philippines. It was first described by the American geologist Albert William Herre in 1927. The Pandaka Pygmaea are nearly transparent with black markings that help them conceal from the hungry predators. Based on the maximum species size, Pandaka Pygmaea is certainly a contender for the smallest fish. However, Beocypris protogenica, and Chindaria gripaeus reach maturity at a smaller length at 7.9 and 6.5 millimeter respectively.
Are you all my personal?
Pandaka Pygmaea used to be common in Malabon River. However, experts say that due to pollution, the species has been extirpated, meaning it no longer exists in that area. Specimens were also found in Colion Island in Palawan. It's no longer considered an endemic species, though it is also lives in the brackish water and mangrove area in Indonesia and Singapore. Pandaka Pygmaea sometimes gets mislabeled as the sinarapan, which is a different species of goby. It's called the Meschis luzonensis, often called the world's smallest commercial fish. M. luzonensis is endemic to the Philippines, and it's found in suddenly declining number in the bodies of water around the Lake Buhi in Camarines Sur. The species is known to be grow up to 0.98 inches or 25 mm in length, about twice the size of the Pandaka Pygmaea. In 2004, researchers expressed concern that the Pandaka Pygmaea may have already gone extinct in the Philippines, though this was not officially published. Based on the IUCN last formal assessment of the species in August 1, 1996, more than 2 decades ago, the species was critically endangered. As of now, it's hard to say that certainly just now many of these small wonders are still swimming in our waters. We already know that the Pandaka Pygmaea is not the smallest fish in the world. But I'm proud to say that this species of fish roam around the water of the Philippines many years ago. But we need the action about the pollution in the Malabon River to save this species. This is the end of my episode and see you to my next video.
Are you all
Kung walang knowledge, walang power. Bye-bye!